What's up, y'all? So, as y'all heard throughout the news, oh boy, it's been a hell of a news cycle with Donald Trump dropping bombs on Iran and then Iran versus Israel going back and forth. It's been an entire mess. It's been an absolute like roller coaster the last like 72 hours, right? And as of this morning, or as of last night going into this morning, there was supposed to be a ceasefire, but then again, Iran and Israel, they're just going at each other's throats once again. And here's Donald Trump's take on that, from earlier this morning. And he does not seem happy about this at all. So, with that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let's get into this. Yeah, he does not look happy.
I don't think so, but I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. There was one rocket that I guess was fired overboard. It was after the time limit, and it missed its target. And now Israel's going out. These guys got to calm down. It's ridiculous.
How will you respond if you see fire?
I didn't like plenty of things I saw yesterday. I didn't like the fact that Israel unloaded right after we made the deal. They didn't have to unload. And I didn't like the fact that the retaliation was very strong. But in all fairness, Israel unloaded a lot. And now I hear Israel just went out because they felt it was violated by one rocket that didn't land anywhere. That's not what we want, I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not happy about that, Israel, either. All I do is play both sides. I'm going now, as you know, to NATO. Some of you are going with me, and I think it's going to be successful. We'll see. I'll let you know.
Are you going to see the agreement? It's a new dawn in the Middle East. Thanks to the agreement you managed to achieve. What are your future plans for the region, for Saudi Arabia, Israel, Gaza, the hostages?
Look, you're asking me about women in the Middle East. It's getting a lot better. Things are happening at a high level. As you know, Saudi Arabia's done a really good job. It's coming out far faster than I thought. So we're very happy about what's happening with women in the Middle East.
No, I'm talking about a new dawn in the Middle East that you managed to achieve last night.
Yeah.
The region is going to a new place with this agreement. Can you tell us what's your future plans for Gaza, for the hostages?
It's a new dawn. I appreciate the question. You're very nice. Who are you?
Thank you. I'm Neria Kraus from Israeli Channel 13 News.
Well, we have to have Israel calm down because they went on a mission this morning. I got to get Israel to calm down now.
Did you get to speak with the Prime Minister? Did you talk to Prime Minister Netanyahu last night?
I speak to everybody.
You urge both sides not to violate the ceasefire, but reports coming from the region suggest that the sides accuse each other for violating the ceasefire. So
I think they both violated it. I'm not sure they did it intentionally. They couldn't rein people back. I don't like the fact that Israel went out this morning at all, and I'm going to see if I can stop it. So as soon as I get away from you, I'm going to see if I can stop it, okay?
Have you spoken to him this morning? How confident are you that Iran is going to completely demolished?
I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. And the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean.
You don't believe that Iran can rebuild its nuclear program?
Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pinpricks, and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize.
Yeah, that'll never happen. CNN and MSDNC apologizing, please.
I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Hey, the man said what he said. The man said what he said. It is what it is. Like, he's fed up with all the bullshit. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, you'll know that my original stance of the United States not being involved in this in the first place, I still stand on that. I still don't agree with us being a part of this whole Israel-Iran war. They should just duke it out by themselves. I still stand on that to this very day. I do not agree whatsoever with the United States being involved in this. But at the same time, I can understand. Look, I'm not the president of the United States. Donald Trump is, and he's in charge of making all those tough decisions. Even though most of us may not agree with it, and most of us didn't agree with that because we don't want to see another war. I still stand on that too. I don't want to see another war happen because we already saw this. This is me being a millennial. We've seen 9/11, the Iraq War in the 2000s. It was all fucking horrible under the presidency of George W. Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney. Horrible. Gas prices were through the roof. Everything, the 2008 recession. Oh my God, god awful. Those were god awful years. And when I first heard about all of this, those are the vibes I got from hearing about all this whole thing. I'm just like, man, it is not going to be the early 2000s all over again. Good God Almighty, not this shit again, because we cannot afford to do this again. But at this point, I do have a little bit more faith in him. I do think he can probably, if anyone knows the art of the deal, it's him. And if anyone can get this shit finally to be over with, it's him. I mean, he's what we got right now, and it is what it is. Love or hate the guy, he's got to make the tough calls, and he's got to get this shit under control. With that being said, I'm going to go to some TikTok videos of a few people that have their say on this, and I'll get my reaction to that too.
Good God, did y'all see what President Donald Trump had to say about AOC, Ilhan Omar, Jasmine Crockett, Chuck Schumer, basically the entire Democratic Party on True Social? I know I made videos about like reenacting what President Donald Trump says in a more, funny, aggressive, hilarious way. I was about to read this verbatim because that boy went slap crazy on these folks. Stupid AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, one of the dumbest people in Congress, is now calling for my impeachment, despite the fact that the crooked and corrupt Democrats have already done that twice before. The reason for her rantings is all the victories that the USA has had under the Trump administration. The Democrats aren't used to winning, and she can't stand the concept of our country being successful again. When we examine her test scores, we will find out that she is not qualified for office, but nevertheless, far more qualified than Crockett, who is seriously low IQ individual, or Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country. Yet the failed country that she comes from doesn't have a government, is drenched in crime and poverty, and is rated one of the worst in the world, if it's even rated at all. How dare the mouse tell us how to run the United States of America? We're just now coming back from that radical left experiment with Sleepy Joe, Kamala, and the auto pen in charge. What a disaster it was. AOC should be forced to take the cognitive test that I just completed at Walter Reed Medical Center as part of my physical. As the doctor in charge said, President Trump aced it, meaning I got every answer right. Instead of her constant complaining, Alexandria should go back home to Queens, where I was also brought up, and straighten out her filthy, disgusting, crime-ridden streets in the district she represents, and which she never goes to anymore. She better start worrying about her own primary before she thinks about beating our great Palestinian Senator, crying Chuck Schumer, whose career is definitely on very thin ice. She and her Democrat friends have just hit the lowest poll numbers in congressional history. So go ahead and try impeaching me. Again, make my day. Bro.
Mm, all this right after all this stuff with Iran, and everybody's just up in arms. Even his diehard supporters, right? We're questioning what Trump was doing. But now the Democrats, they're so mad that World War III has not started, right? They want to impeach this man again. Yeah. Good luck with that. Good fucking luck with that. Let's go on to the next clip.
You can hate or like Trump all you want. I don't care if you hate him, you love him, or like him, but y'all can't lie. That man is funny. This man cussed on national television. He said Israel and Iran don't know what the fuck they're doing. On camera, on TV, on live news. On live news. I've never seen a president do that in my lifetime, bro. In my lifetime. The F-bomb like that, like he just said it, then walked off. That shit had me rolling, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit had me rolling, but let me know what y'all think about that.
Yeah, he said that with his chest. He said it with his whole chest. That's exactly how he felt. He's like, what the fuck are these two countries doing? Either y'all want peace or you don't. It's that simple. I mean, there's no other way for me to put it.
For Donald Trump, y'all. Did y'all see that interview with CNN that he did where he talked about Israel and Iran, and he said, you got two countries that have been fighting so long, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about or doing. They don't know what the president of the United States dropped the F-bomb on TV. They don't know what the they're doing. All right, tell them, Don, they don't know what the man, them. You know what I'm saying? They need to figure it out. Tell them to figure it out. President Trump, you rock. Period. Exclamation point. Tell them to off.
Hey, they pissed him off for the last time. I don't blame Trump for going off on those countries at all. I don't blame him one bit. It's like, what are y'all doing now? I think a lot of people are reacting to this very positively. If I say so myself.
Pissed off this morning. I ain't never heard him talk like that, especially on live TV. It's crazy.
Made the deal. They came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries.
Whether you love Trump or hate Trump, you got to give it to the man. He's as real as they get. He gonna let you know how he feels, whether you like it or not. He ain't hiding shit. And he not choosing sides. He said he's mad at Israel and he's mad at Iran, but more so Israel for going against the peace treaty and dropping bombs like 10 minutes later. And as I see people on the internet mad because he said fuck on TV, he was frustrated. Don't you curse your kids out when you frustrated? The hell? Your ass be pissed too if you garnered a whole peace treaty and they went behind your back and started dropping bombs. But call it what you want. He gonna let you know how you feel, whether you like it or you don't. I just want to see what's gonna happen next. Be honest with you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm waiting to see what happens after this. I mean, it'll be a few hours at tops before we figure it out, but hey, if you follow me on TikTok, that's where I'll report it first.
Hey, so my boy Trump dropped the F-bomb today on live TV. He said Iran and Israel don't know what the fuck they doing, and they need to get it together. See, a lot of you liberal leftist lunatics out there, y'all were in denial. Y'all didn't want to admit that Israel and Iran agreed to the ceasefire, and Iranian officials and Israeli officials have both confirmed that, yes, they did agree to the ceasefire. The issue is Israel continued to attack after Trump had already implemented the ceasefire, and he called him out. So for those people who are like me, who really don't like Israel, and we want to see the president go after them, talk about them, this is exactly what he did today. He called out Israel and Iran because he's really trying to put an end to this. Now, I know y'all don't want to believe it. I know y'all want to say, well, Donald Trump instigated a war. No, he did not. The only thing he did was attack nuclear sites. That's why there haven't been any attacks on Americans. The only thing that Iran did was attack a base. I'm going to have to keep saying that. And Trump has already said, he already know that it's sleeper cells here in the United States. They came in under the previous administration with that loose border policy when so many people from all over the nation, not just Latin countries, you had Asian, Middle Eastern, and African countries sneaking in through the United States via the southern border. So he's speaking on that. So I don't know what everybody's up in arms about. I know y'all want to blame Trump for everything, but understand this. Our president, he put a ceasefire together and it was violated. What y'all need to do is get on Israel and Iran and stop trying to blame Trump for everything.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I still, like I said earlier in the video, I still stand on us not even getting involved in the first place. But all this talk about Trump trying to instigate a war and all this crap, no, I personally don't think WW3 is going to happen. And I don't think Iran wants any more smoke with the United States, if I'm just being honest, because we made it abundantly clear. Like, listen, whatever shit y'all was planning with those nuclear bases, it ain't happening. Trump said, nope, not on my watch. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There will be an end to this shit one way or another. And I personally believe this is the direction he really wants to go. And I think if a war were to break out, that's going to probably be the dead last resort if just nothing else works, which I hope it does not get to that point. I don't want it to get to that point, but I'm thinking it's just the last resort, at the end of all this. But I'm going to end the video right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching till the end, if you did. Also, go to the description and click that link to support me on this platform. If you want to send me a Cash App or PayPal, that's greatly appreciated. I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Also, follow me on other social media platforms, and it'll be in my Linktree link in the description below. And until next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.